I first became aware of a chess champion honoring the importance of physical fitness thanks to an old Bobby Fischer interview when he appeared on the Dick Cavett show in the summer of 1971.
For some reason they expect a frail little fellow with thick glasses, and they're always surprised by the width of your shoulders and the fact that you look like an athlete.
I like little swimming, tennis. Mainly I just use it to keep in shape for the chess.
That sounds funny.
Well, you're sitting there for 5 hours. You got to have the blood coming into your head. The reason that players fade out, say, in their 40s or 50s is because about the 4th or 5th hour of play, they lose their concentration, their stamina's gone.
We're even so lucky to have footage of Bobby following along with a TV workout on an old 60 Minutes segment when he's preparing for his match with Boris Vasilyevich Spassky. And it's not only Bobby Fischer who espouses the importance of physical fitness. Prior to the 2018 Singfield Cup, Grandmaster Maurice Ashley sat down with the participants and asked them their opinion as well.
How important is physical fitness?
The physical fitness in the body is really everything.
It's very important. I mean, I'll definitely use this great gym we have.
I try to do some weight and I swim.
Usually I do stuff like hiking or running. It's especially important. You're tired. You just freeze.
So let's take a look at why chess is so physically demanding. That sounds kind of counterintuitive. Let's start with the sheer time of a match. By the rules of FIDE, in a classical match, players are allotted 90 minutes for the first 40 moves, followed by 30 minutes for the rest of the game, with an additional 30 seconds per move starting from move 1. If we imagine a 64 move match where both players use up all the allotted time, that's 90 minutes plus 30 minutes plus another 32 minutes on increment, multiplied by 2 for both players, and you're looking at just over 5 hours and a few minutes for the whole match. So let's consider the posture of a chess player during a match. I'm tempted to apologize for some of the quality of the footage that I show, but I think as a chess player you probably look past that feature and just enjoy the nostalgia. As you can see, the players need to sit leaned over the board to focus and notice patterns. It would be impractical to advise against this leaning forward. In my experience at least, the required deep analytical state seems to be less reachable in a zoomed out upright position. Your mind metaphorically needs to be in the game. Indeed, players do get up and move around, but not always. Sometimes a match requires so much concentration that you literally need to be right there, looking at the board for the whole game. And also, some players just prefer to sit down and look at the game the whole time. So how can a chess player integrate physical exercise into their life so that it supports their success in chess? There are two types of physical activity that I think are worth covering: cardiovascular and postural. Cardiovascular exercise will make it much more likely that your respiratory, circulatory, metabolic, hormonal, and so on systems support the function of your brain during a match. Ideally, you want to choose a type of cardiovascular activity that requires very little of your attention so that you can delegate your pre-programmed movement patterns to that activity and free up your analytical mind to focus on your chess while you exercise. Therefore, I personally would recommend repetitive activities such as swimming, running, and cycling. In my opinion, activities that require a lot of analytical activity, for example, martial arts, gymnastics, dance, would be worse because you can't focus on chess while you do them. And there's also the risk that because their puzzles are so alluring to the analytical mind of a chess player, the player may even become distracted while playing chess. Hiking may also be a good option, as exposure to nature and sunlight, by a mechanism so far unknown to me, seems to enhance mood and self-esteem, which can certainly benefit a chess player. Now for my favorite part, the postural side of exercise. And if you're interested in improving your body, getting better posture, getting better alignment, getting better function all through your body, eradicating pain, becoming flexible, coordinated, balanced, stable, I actually highly recommend subscribing to my channel, because that's really the focus of my channel, and I have a really unique method that you're probably not so familiar with, and I think you'll get a lot of value out of it. So as a chess player, you need to be very comfortable, calm, pain-free, and have positive feelings of self-esteem flowing through your body in this leaned forward position. The situation counter to this, which is certainly not uncommon, would be having pain and tightness in your lower back, shoulders, and neck, with anxiety and frustration flowing through your body. That's why it's very important to train your body, especially your spine, to be not only strong and durable in this position, but also free, open, efficient, and graceful. You want to learn optimal patterns of muscular contraction that fully support you with minimum amounts of energy and tension. This is an outcome you consciously learn by putting yourself in the position, moving your body, opening and closing your joints, shifting your weight around, and analyzing the patterns of muscular contraction, observing inefficiencies, and logically figuring out how to improve them. So from this leaned forward position, let's look at all the movements that are possible. You can flex and extend your spine in the forward back dimension. You can laterally flex your spine, that is side to side, and you can rotate your spine. Your spine is incredibly mobile, and the positions it can take depend more on your curiosity, imagination, creativity, and courage than the objective concrete mobility of your spine. So you can really play with your spine here and try to optimize the tensional patterns you use to move. Next, you can move your arms and your shoulders. They are also incredibly mobile. The only rigid connection, that is skeletal connection between your shoulder bones and the rest of your body, is the clavicle. So you can explore a lot of territory here, observing how the shoulder moves up and down, back and forth, and rotates on really strange axes. And your arm, it moves on a ball and socket joint. So just go wild and move that thing all around. And watch how your spinal muscles react to the movements of your shoulders and arms. An important saying is, when one thing moves, everything moves. Also place attention on your sit bones and your feet and see how they react to keep your balance. You always want to be balanced nicely, which is a feeling you become more familiar with over time. Next are your legs. If hip joints are static while you play chess, it will diminish your creativity and lateral thinking, meaning you might not be able to find as many tactics as you otherwise would. That might sound at first like woo-woo, though if you get into my work, you'll understand that it's not, and can be easily objectively reasoned. You can try things like shifting your weight from one sit bone to the other, picking up one foot off the ground and moving your leg around, not necessarily at the same time. You can extend your knees out straight. You can move to the edge of the chair and put one leg to the rear or out to the side. While all this is good at the physical level, things like reducing tension and pain, making your posture better, making your alignment better, having more endurance, it's also really good at the energetic level. Energy production and energy flow require respiration and blood circulation, which are hugely promoted by free, open movement. All of these principles I've told you for a seated position can be taken into your everyday life, and you can integrate the practice of movement into the way you live. You can take an independent approach and learn to move your body so well, which is so important because the body and the mind have an interdependent relationship, and certainly when your body is working well, your mind works well, and when your mind works well, you win at chess. Just ask Bobby Fischer about the joy of winning at chess.
Where's the greatest pleasure correspond to hitting the home run in baseball?
Oh, the greatest pleasure. Well, when you break his ego, this is where it's at. Yeah.
Yeah? Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
And when does that occur? When he sees that he's finished?
Yeah, and he sees it's coming and breaks all up inside.
Yeah.
From one chess player to another, I hope you enjoyed this video. And as Agad Matar would say, if you have friends at the bar or library, you can definitely show them this video just to introduce the idea of doing physical fitness and doing movement to improve your body and your mind and your chess. I think just bringing the conversation about doing movement into more people's lives is going to really make a lot of people healthier and happier in their bodies and their minds. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please leave a comment or a question below, and I look forward to seeing you in another video.